If you're English and looking for work in France, then this video might help you. It's about CVs and how they differ in France to England. So I'm not an amazing CV writer, and I've had help throughout the years on how to make it better. You know, whenever I needed to update it. Most of the time I tried to just kind of do it myself. So coming to France, I had one. I kind of tried to adapt on my own, and it was one whole page and a half. Now in France they don't allow that extra half. One page is it. You cannot go over that. They don't like it. It's not the way they do it. So because I've got work experience coming up, I had to make one really quickly because she wanted me to turn up with my CV to show what my skills are in fashion, what I've done in the past, my diplôme, which is, you know, going to university, becoming a teacher, all that kind of thing. And it's called Diplôme et Formation. So I made one using Google Translate of 1 page long, and I literally took out loads of my jobs because I just didn't have space for them, and I couldn't work out how to make my writing just to kind of make it more succinct. It was hard to do with Google Translate. Yeah, when you read it, it doesn't read beautifully at all. So when I was offered a place, basically an appointment with this guy in the Pôle emploi for a CV writing session, I was like, yeah, please help me. And I turned up, and they kind of said, oh, go over there on that bank of computers, choose one. And then I kind of, you know, filled in my special codes to get into my area with Pôle emploi online, and so I did that, and then I waited around because I didn't know what else to do next. And then I said, yeah, I'm English and I can speak French, but I can't write it very well. So I said, oh, you're English. And then one of them went off, and I waited for a while, and I saw them having a little chat with each other, and I think they were basically just trying to find someone that could help me. So after about 5-8 minutes, this young guy came up to me and said, okay, I think we need to go on this other computer. So we went over to the other side, proper computer with, you know, Word and things on it, which the other ones didn't have. And he basically installed himself at the keyboard and wrote for me, which was amazing because he had all the shortcuts. He was really quick. Obviously just come out of, I don't know, university or whatever his formation was. So now I have this very small looking but succinct, beautifully written CV. Now we did this as quickly as we could. This took 3 hours for various reasons. Go away, fly. So at the bottom I've got the languages I can speak. So Français correct, Anglais courant, which is, what's the word, courant? I'm sure you know. Anyway, then they arrange their CVs really differently. So at the very top I've got my basic details, contact details, when I was born, you know, my nationality and driving licence and all that. And then at the very top, if you're going for a fashion job, then you need to tell them what your specific competencies are and your skills are in that realm. So we put that in a box right at the top, and we found lots of very specific phrases that were related to fashion and the things that I could do in fashion. Then underneath we thought that the next most important thing was expérience professionnelle, and these can be moved around depending on what job you're going for. So that's, for me, starts at 2002, goes all the way up to en cours, which means that you are continuing with the work, and that's what you're doing at present, en cours. and he said that if you're going for a job that's not fashion related, then literally, so I've got the bold, but if he said just delete the bit underneath that's not bold, if it's not relevant to the job, just make it shorter, and that's the best way to kind of make the things stand out that you want them to read with the details underneath, and then if it's not relevant, just take it out. But you leave the heading and you leave the date so they know that you were working at that time. Then under that I've got diplôme and formation. So in a British CV I would usually have that at the very top. So going all the way from my GCSEs to me doing lots of different courses in yoga and you know, everything I've done, which is quite a lot really. My list is a bit long, and that's why my CV's long. I've done a lot of courses in my life. So then he said, after our 3 hours of intense writing and also trying to translate some of the jobs I've done, for example, sign writer they really struggled with, and another lady printed out graphic designer, and it's just totally not the same. If you know what a sign writer is and a graphic designer, they're totally different. So what did we put in the end? Oh, I can't find it now. Anyway, no matter. Yeah, so he said go away with this on my memory stick, and he printed some out for me, and he said you can change the font, and in the little space I have near the top I can put a photograph of myself if I wish, whereas in England it's not really the fashion to put a photograph of yourself. You know, it's just not what they do. So I was like, okay, alright, if that stands me out from the rest, I think I might do that. Make my font still good, easy to read, but at the moment it looks quite boring, so it'd be nice to make it a bit more funky as I'm going for a job in fashion. Yeah, so there we go. In France, every single job you go for, if it's a slightly different kind of job, then you have to make your competences relevant to the job you're going for. Whereas in England, you'd have your CV and it would pretty much stay the same, and then you'd have your letter to go with it, would be really specific. Whereas here, you've got your letter as well, but then your CV has to be totally related to the job. So I hope that was helpful in some way, shape or form. Thank you so much, Pôle emploi, for helping me, because I really couldn't have done it without you, and now I can send it off to other companies too, because I haven't yet got a job, I've just got work experience and I want to get some money coming in. Okay, bye everyone!